Today we're going to learn about how to analyze characters. In this lesson, you will learn how to grow your ideas about characters by tracking characters' actions and feelings and asking, what does this tell me about the character? Before we get started, we need to refresh our inferencing skills. Because remember, sometimes the author doesn't always state what is happening. You need to infer to figure it out. When we infer, we take what we read or what we see, and we add what we know to come up with a conclusion. So let's practice. Take a look at this picture. There's no words that go along with it. So we need to use our inferencing skills to figure out what's happening. So I want you to pause this video and write down everything that you see, and then we're going to compare notes. Okay, so I see that the little girl is laying down. I see that a dog is laying next to her. And I see that it's daytime. I see that the little girl is not smiling and that she's covered up. Now this is everything that I see. So now I'm going to add what I know to these things. I know when someone lays down that they're tired. I know that when dogs lay next to their owners, they're trying to comfort them. I know that most people sleep at night. And I know when someone's not smiling, they're either sad or not happy. And when someone's covered up, most of the time, they're cold. Now I can take all these things and come up with a conclusion. Now I can infer that the little girl is most likely sick. Now let's go over what good readers do when they analyze characters. Good readers pay attention to characters. Good readers look at the character's actions, what the character is doing in that moment. Good readers look at the character's thoughts, what they're thinking at that time. And good readers look at the character's words, what they're saying at that time. So looking at this character, I see that he is screaming. And he's thinking, this is not happening, this is not happening. And he's screaming, help, help, I'm being chased by a bear. So I can come up to the conclusion that this character is probably terrified right now because he's being chased by a bear. But I'm also wondering, what made this character get chased by the bear? Did they do something? So that brings us to our common mistake. A common mistake is forgetting to think about why a character might have done something. So we need to make sure we look at what they're doing and then question, why did they do that? Now let's practice. Remember this picture? We came to a conclusion based on what we saw and what we can infer about it. But there were no words to it. So now let's add some words. Clara sniffled and grabbed another tissue out of the box. It was the third day she had spent in bed, and there was no end in sight. She had flipped through every channel and still hadn't found anything she had not seen already. Her mom finally arrived with lunch, chicken noodle soup, the only thing that sounded good for days. Now, this passage is written in third-person point of view, so we don't really know what Clara is thinking or feeling. But we know what she's doing, and we can use our inferencing skills to figure it out, what she may be thinking or feeling. So Clara sniffled and grabbed another tissue. So I'm going to infer that she probably has a runny nose. And it says that she flipped through every channel and still hasn't found anything that she has not seen already. So that tells me that she's probably been laying in bed for quite a while, and she's maybe getting bored because, I don't know about you, but I don't really like to watch the same thing over and over again. And it says that the only thing that makes her feel better is chicken noodle soup, so she's probably feeling pretty miserable right now, still being sick, which can tell us why her face is sad. Now let's review some steps that we need to take when we analyze characters. Our first step is to pause after an important event or strong reaction. Then we need to ask ourselves, What does this tell me about the character? And finally, and most importantly, we need to write our ideas down. Now, let's read another passage in first-person point of view, so we know what the character is thinking and feeling. But I still wondered about those other two girls, so I whispered to Charlotte, asking if they were related. She said no, they were neighborhood kids who had begged to come along because they wanted to see the girl from China. This is Ruth, and this is Marie, she said, but I could tell she wished they were someplace else. So our first step is to pause. Now, we need a question. I'm wondering, why does Charlotte wish that they were someplace else? I'm thinking about the main character, and she says that she still wondered about those other two girls. So, she's probably curious, and I'm getting the vibe that they may make her feel uncomfortable. Why would they want to come see the new girl from China? Why does the main character think that they were related? Are they close? Now I'm going to write all these ideas down about these characters so I can analyze them. I'm going to come to the conclusion that the main character is probably uncomfortable and may not like these two girls. And I'm going to think that Charlotte may feel the same way because she's wishing that they were someplace else, that she's wishing that those girls weren't even there with them. Now that we practiced analyzing characters, now it's your turn.